Welcome back to Prince Bikes Update, your favorite spot for the latest and most honest bike reviews. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update. Today, we have something really exciting, a deep dive into the brand new 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom. This iconic cruiser has been turning heads for years, but Honda's latest iteration promises to take it to a whole new level. So let's not waste any time and get straight into it. Starting with the design, when you first lay your eyes on the 2025 Shadow Phantom, you immediately notice that Honda stayed true to the classic American cruiser spirit, but they've sharpened it up with a more aggressive and minimalist vibe. From the front, the bike presents a clean yet bold stance. The blacked-out headlamp housing looks leaner and tighter, paired with slightly redesigned fork covers that blend smoothly into the silhouette. Honda didn't go overboard with chrome accents like many cruisers. Instead, they went with a stealthy matte black finish that just screams modern muscle. The new front fender hugs the front tire closer, giving the bike an even more compact and purposeful look. The front forks still rock that classic wide-set cruiser angle but now have a slightly thicker appearance, giving a beefier, more muscular feel when viewed head-on. Moving to the side profile, the 2025 Shadow Phantom really shows off its best angles. The teardrop-shaped fuel tank is one of the most beautiful elements here. It curves elegantly into the saddle without any awkward transitions. Honda subtly refined the tank's shape for this model year, making it slightly flatter on top and broader at the base, which gives the bike a lower, more planted look. The matte paint job continues across the tank, fenders, and side covers, giving the Phantom a unified, stealth bomber kind of vibe. You'll also notice the new seat design. It's slimmer and slightly more contoured to improve both the aesthetics and the rider comfort. Sitting just 25.8 inches off the ground, it offers an incredibly approachable seat height for riders of all sizes. Along the sides, the blacked-out exhaust pipes are now slightly more tucked in compared to the older models, and they feature a more refined twin-pipe design with smoother welds and clean end caps, enhancing that premium touch. From the rear, the Shadow Phantom continues its clean, minimalist approach. The rear fender is nicely bobbed, but not overly chopped out. It retains that classic cruiser line while keeping things fresh and modern. The tail light is integrated seamlessly into the rear fender, and the new LED indicators are slimmer and sharper, giving the bike a crisper, more technical finish at the back. One thing you'll definitely appreciate is how Honda kept all the wiring, bolts, and hardware neatly hidden or integrated into the bodywork, keeping the overall look uncluttered and polished. The rear wheel, wrapped in a chunky 160mm tire, balances the proportions beautifully, giving the Phantom a tough, road-hungry stance when seen from behind. Now, let's talk about what powers this beast. The 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom continues with the beloved 745cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine, but it has received subtle internal tweaks for better smoothness, slightly improved throttle response, and slightly better fuel efficiency. The bore and stroke remain at 79mm by 76mm, keeping the engine's low-end torque character intact. Thanks to Honda's programmed fuel injection system, the throttle is incredibly responsive without any lags or flat spots, making city cruising and highway pulling equally satisfying. The engine pumps out a healthy 45 horsepower and around 65 Nm of torque, with most of the grunt available very low in the rev range. This means you get that classic cruiser pull right off the line, without needing to wring the throttle. Paired with the 5-speed gearbox, the Phantom is a dream to ride. Gears are tall, shifts are smooth, and there's plenty of torque on top, even if you're just lazily rolling on the throttle. Performance-wise, the 2025 Shadow Phantom is exactly what you'd want from a cruiser in this class. It's not about blistering speed or scrapping pegs at every turn. It's about relaxed, confident, and cool cruising. The low center of gravity, combined with a curb weight around 550 pounds, makes it surprisingly nimble for a cruiser. It handles tight turns and low-speed maneuvering better than you might expect. The front and rear suspension, a traditional telescopic forks up front and dual shocks at the rear, have been fine-tuned for a slightly plusher ride over bumps and uneven surfaces. though it's still firm enough to give you good road feedback. The single front disc brake and rear drum setup might seem a little old school, but Honda has calibrated them very well, offering strong, predictable stopping power with optional ABS for added safety. Taking the Shadow Phantom on the highway is a pleasure. It cruises effortlessly at 70 miles per hour, and there's plenty of roll-on power left for overtakes. The wind blast is noticeable, but it's manageable, especially considering the naked styling. The engine hums along happily at low RPMs in top gear, and thanks to excellent internal balancers, there's very little vibration making its way through to the handlebars or pegs. Long rides are surprisingly comfortable, thanks also to the improved saddle padding and the more ergonomic handlebar positioning. Honda has pushed the bars slightly back and up for 2025, reducing rider fatigue over longer distances. Fuel economy has always been a strong suit for the Shadow lineup, and the 2025 Phantom is no exception. Honda claims a mileage of around 56 miles per gallon, depending on how you ride. With a 3.7-gallon fuel tank, you're looking at well over 200 miles of cruising range between fuel stops, a very respectable for middleweight cruiser. Maintenance is straightforward. 2A With Honda's reputation for reliability, this is the kind of bike you can just ride and ride without constantly worrying about repairs or high upkeep costs. Coming to prices, the 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom is positioned very competitively. Honda has priced it starting at around $8,399 in the United States, with ABS-equipped models costing a few $100s more. In terms of value for money, it's hard to beat. You're getting classic cruiser styling, modern reliability, excellent fit and finish, and strong aftermarket support, all for a price that's still very accessible compared to larger displacement cruisers. Whether you're a new rider looking for your first big bike, or an experienced rider wanting a no-nonsense cruiser for weekends and city rides, the Phantom really hits a sweet spot. As we wrap up today's review, I have to say, the 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom doesn't try to reinvent the wheel, and that's exactly why it's so good. It respects the spirit of traditional cruisers while subtly modernizing the package where it counts, in design, in comfort, and in usability. It's a bike that looks good standing still and feels even better on the move. Honda has managed to craft something that appeals equally to the nostalgic and the new school crowd. It's accessible, it's reliable, and it's dripping with style. If you're someone who values the soul of motorcycling, the freedom, the style, the effortless cool without chasing spec sheets or racing numbers, the 2025 Shadow Phantom deserves a serious look. It's the kind of bike that reminds you why you fell in love with motorcycles in the first place. And that's something truly special in today's world of flashy, overcomplicated machines. Thank you so much for watching today's review on Prince Bikes Update. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome bike content, and drop a comment below telling us what you think about the new Shadow Phantom. Are you planning to get one, or do you prefer a different style of cruiser? I love hearing your thoughts, and I reply to as many of you as I can. Also, let me know which bike you want me to review next. Until next time, ride safe, ride free, and I'll catch you in the next video.